Observation begins 0700 on a Tuesday. Standard regional freight depot. Inland, flat, nothing for miles. The kind of place you drive past and forget before you finish driving past it. 40 or so shipping containers in the yard, most of them rusted, most of them empty. One of them is not. Container number 8804 sits in row 6, third from the west end. It has been sitting there for 11 months. Manifests say it arrived carrying industrial pump parts. The pump parts were unloaded 9 days after arrival. Container should have shipped back empty. It did not. No one requested it stay. No one requested it leave. It just stayed. 11 months is not unusual for a forgotten container. That part is normal. That part is fine. A depot supervisor named Carla runs inventory every quarter. She has done this for 6 years. She is good at it. On March 9th, she measures the interior of 8804 as part of a routine sweep. Standard 20-foot container. Interior length should be 19 feet 4 inches. She measures 19 feet 4 inches. She writes it down. She moves on. On March 14th, a structural inspector visits the depot for an unrelated compliance check. He measures 8804 because it is on his list. He records an interior length of 22 feet 1 inch. He writes it down. He moves on. Both measurements were taken with calibrated equipment. Both were observed by a second party. Both are in the depot's official records. Neither has been flagged as an error. The index would like to note that this is not a discrepancy. Both measurements are correct. The container's interior is 19 feet 4 inches. The container's interior is also 22 feet 1 inch. These are both true at the same time. This is what a render bleed looks like when it is sitting still. Here is where it gets interesting. No, here is where observation shifts. On March 20th, a depot worker enters the container to store overflow pallets. He walks in. He walks to the back wall. He touches the back wall. He turns around and walks out. Total time inside 41 seconds. He reports nothing unusual. When asked later how deep the container felt, he says, normal, about 20 feet. He is asked again 4 days later. He says, I do not know, maybe longer than I remember. He is asked a third time 1 week after that. He does not recall entering the container. The index would like to note that this is consistent. Subjects who physically enter the affected area exhibit standard memory displacement within 72 hours. See also INDEX-00312. The subject's memories are not being erased. They are being replaced with memories of not having entered. There is a difference. One is an absence. The other is a presence that was not earned. The index opened this entry on March 22nd. 41 observations have been logged since. The container has not been moved. The container cannot be moved. 3 attempts have been made. Each time the rigging attaches without issue. The crane lifts. The container does not leave the ground. Its weight is listed as 4,800 pounds. The crane is rated for 40,000. The container does not leave the ground. On the 4th attempt, the crane operator reported that the container felt like it was lower than the ground, like it went down further than the surface. He was not asked to clarify. The interior has been measured 14 more times by 9 different people. No 2 measurements agree. The longest recorded interior length is 44 feet. The shortest is 11, a 20-foot container. The exterior dimensions have never changed. 20 feet. Every time. Exactly 20 feet. Just putting that out there. Addendum. On April 3rd, a night security camera recorded the following. At 2:14 in the morning, the container door was closed. At 2:14 and 6 seconds, the container door was open. No one opened it. At 2:14 and 6 seconds, the interior of the container was visible on camera for 1 frame. 1 frame. In that frame, the interior of the container extends further than the camera's depth of field can resolve. The back wall is not visible. Something is visible. The index is not able to confirm what was visible. The index is not able to confirm that it was a wall. The index is not able to confirm that it was not. Entry remains open. No corrective action has been scheduled at this time. The index would like to note that container 8804's position in the depot corresponds to coordinates previously logged under a separate entry. Cross-reference INDEX-00312. Classification of that entry remains unknown. Status of this entry. Monitoring.